Hey everybody, Venus Opal here. Drop Happy off at daycare. I'm an artist, I'm a writer, CEO, Yay team, and walking back to my spot. I just checked my email from one of my teams, and my funnel broke. So I'm an internet marketer by design. And internet marketing has been good to me. You know, people on the internet know me. You wouldn't know me if you weren't in this world, but it's been a good run. And I've been not well for a minute. If you've been following me for a while, you know. But for those of you who don't know, I had an emergency hysterectomy not too long ago. Good morning, Tiffany. And the bottom line is I prayed a prayer about 2 years ago, and my entire life imploded. And I think it's all divinely ordered. So I don't resist it. I don't feel, it's a bitch, I'll tell you that. It's the thrashing floor like a motherfucker, I'll tell you that. But my life imploded. My marriage ended. My body said no. Lost my identity, literally. Like, what the fuck, who am I? But more than anything, and now, what's present, is the machine, the funnel that I built isn't working. And I'm just being with that. Not upset about it. I don't know what God wants from me. Do you know? I don't want God, what do you want me to do? What do you want? So, and I really sincerely don't have an answer at this point. So, my car died, my glasses broke. I'm like, what the hell, God? You know? And so, and I'm tired. I'm good for about 3 or 4 hours a day. If I push too long, then I'm in bed for 2 days. Because the hysterectomy impacts my sympathetic nervous system, my hormones, reorganizing my organs. It's just because the tumors were just doing their thing, wreaking fucking havoc, right? Anyhow, it's the sunrise is beautiful. It's nice to be out. And I'm just literally, I'm pondering. I'm praying, but I'm pondering. Okay, God, what do you want me to do? Because everything that I've done has fallen away. I'm like, how can, it's not for lack of trying. You know what I'm saying? It's not for a lack of, putting my all into it. I mean, it's not that. It's just like God keeps telling me no. And I do think it's God. I don't have it like a bad thing. I have it like, what the fuck thing, right? God, are you kidding me? God, like, Good morning, Jordan. Glad to see you, babe. I mean, everything. I think I keep being surprised by the totality of the loss. Like, everything that I counted on before that worked is gone. And now my funnel. I'm like, well, at least God gave me a week or two, okay, before this. God said, okay, give her a minute, you fucked up my car. So let me have her, hey, babe, let me give her a minute before I just fuck up her funnel and say, no, you can't have that either. And I'm like, God, okay, God. So it's making me reimagine, okay, God, if you don't want me to do that because it's not working, then what do you want me to do? And it's a very real question, because if everything keeps breaking down, that means I'm not supposed to fucking do it. Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't, it's like 7 a.m. here, so I want to wake up people, but it can't be, it's not me, it's not punishment, it's none of that. That's not how God works. God is not remotely interested in punishing me. I'm not that, God got other things to do than worry about punishing me or anybody else. It's not that. It's just that somehow or another, I don't know how it is for you in your walk with spirit, but I'll tell you this shit. God communicates to me on a regular fucking basis. And if something's not working, that means it's not supposed to. Oh, thank you for that, B. I appreciate it. Hold on a second, turn my jacket off. 'Cause I'm hot. Anyway, so I'm just being with it. I didn't get as upset this time as I did when my car broke down, because I was not expecting that at all. I just didn't even see that coming. But I guess, honestly, I think it's been so many breakdowns in rapid succession. I'm not tripping anymore. Whew, it's nice to sit down. I'm just not tripping anymore. I don't get upset about it like I did before. It's like, okay, God, you just said no. That's not happening. What do you want me to do? What do you want? And I think that's the thing that's a little frustrating with me. It's like, God, what the fuck do you want from me, dude? Good morning, Pam. And I don't have a good answer right now. And I don't know. I know, and I'm doing better. I'm hopeful, Pam. I'm hope is present. I'm not as despondent as I was, a month ago, 2 months ago. I've gotten more comfortable with the healing process, so I'm not as trippy as I was before about it. But I am being with, okay, God, you said no. I did everything I could to have this funnel work. I don't know what you want from me. I don't know what you want from me. I don't know what you want from me. And so now I'm trying to figure out what to do. And not like doing like a but more like, okay, do I go in a new direction? Do I try to revamp stuff that I've done in the past that's worked? Do I start over again? Do I retire to find possible? Do I just let it go and, be a teacher? Go back to university? I don't know. And I'm not even, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, and my prayers are cohesive. But it's just a whole season where it's like, you know what? Fuck it. I can't win here. And I'm not mad about it. I don't want y'all to please don't hear me like I'm saying something's bad. I think I'm tired as fuck. I know that. But I don't think it's bad. I really do believe, in my heart of hearts, I believe this is all God's will for my life. And I am just amazed at how God is just picking off everything and murdering it, fucking killing it. It's like, nope, not that, not that, not that. I'm like, damn, Lord. In my healing, Tiffany said, in my healing journey, I realized God simply wanted me to stop and be still in Him. Honey, that's maybe. I'm not suggesting you're wrong. And you're right. I am still in God. I don't have it that way. I have a company. I have teams. I have people who depend upon me to take care of their families. Do you understand? Like, it's very real for me. And as an entrepreneur, if you're an entrepreneur, startup entrepreneur, that like I will pay my team before I will pay me. It's just normal. Every entrepreneur I've ever known who's ever done startup, it's that's how we do. It's appropriate, And I don't have it like a bad thing. It doesn't mean bad, and you have to understand that. Otherwise, you get twisted. You think, I don't know. People think entrepreneurship or business owning is simple. It's no game. It's no joke. You have to make tough calls. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, that funnel doesn't work. I cannot tour. Okay, God. All right, now how are we going to do this? Okay, because in the past I would be able to. Tiffany says, actually, he was stripping all the layers away, and I was unbecoming the woman I created, the world created, and become the woman he created. I can hear that, and that's a prayer call. But it's just business. Like any entrepreneur knows that this is part of business. You can't be mad at the nature of business. Facebook has been rejecting my ads. They won't let shit get through. We had to redo the entire funnel. We lost 6 weeks of leads redoing it. I mean, when I tell you I've been doing some shit, I've been doing some shit. It's not like being sloppy. I brought on salespeople, lost 2 of them. You know, it's just entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? It really is. It's not personal. It's not evil. It's confounding as fuck. All right? It really is. And I'm just being with, okay, God, what the fuck do you want from me? And I don't say that in any type of hostility. It's more incredulous, you know? And so I'm just being with, does this mean Yufa'ash? What is Yufa'ash? I don't know what that means, Gilbert. I don't know if this, so what I'm trying to say is, I don't know what to do. I know to pray, I know to meditate, so y'all don't have to tell me that. Okay, I know that. And I'm not being off with you. I got this thing, I want to run it by you, tell me what you think. And I don't know, it's been something that's been kind of flirting around in my head. I've been being with this whole notion of manifesting. My whole life, from the streets to today, is a function of my ability to manifest. And manifesting the way I do it is not like law of attraction shit, right? It's not that. Good morning. Good morning, girlie. Hey, girl, I'm glad you're here. I'm pondering this morning. I don't manifest through possibility. I manifest through pain. And it's sort of like, you know how when you pray to God, when you just like on your knees supplicate, God, please help me, Jesus, that prayer, the one where you are like David praying for the baby to not die, Bathsheba's baby. Like 3 days and 3 nights, he was on his knees praying to God to not take his kid. And that still hurts me. I'm still dealing with that one a little bit, but and God took his kid, right? And it was Old Testament law, you know. It was justice, you know. It was a just call, and but there's a certain kind of prayer that I pray. I think that Black people pray. I don't know about other cultures, but I know with Black folks, there's a certain kind of way we pray when all hope is gone and we cannot see how to go on. There's a certain way we pray. And the prayer is something to the effect of, God, I don't know what to do. Lord, I don't know what you want. I don't know how to fix this. It's a certain kind of prayer. It's not a, it's a, I love you too. It's a, when I was on the streets, when I was out there, I was sitting on the corner of Monument. If you know Baltimore, you know what I'm talking about. Right? And it was my corner, it was my spot. Right? And I think it was Monument and Federal, but I can't remember anymore. Yeah, it's please God my next steps. That one too. I think that's the step up from the one I'm talking about. That's the next piece. But it was I remember sitting and pissing beer, and I didn't have any place to go at the time, and I was tired. It's a different kind of tired than this one, but I really was tired. And I was tired of trying to figure it out. And I was tired about making it work. Well, maybe it is this one. Maybe it's the same one, just different. You know what I'm saying? I was just tired. And I couldn't see. I couldn't see any way out. I couldn't see anything. I couldn't see anything because everything I knew to do, I had already done, you know? And that's how I feel right now. I've done everything I could see to do, right? And the only thing, and I couldn't pray. It's a hopeless kind of prayer, in my opinion. And all I could say at the time, the only prayer that I could pray at all was, God, please help me. That's the only thing I could say. I couldn't even think of anything else to say. You know what I'm saying? And it was just in the very next day. Because I slept outside, I did my thing. And the very next day, Spirit said, go to school. They got food there. So I went to school, and I smelled bad. And I wasn't clean. You know, and so I don't even know why I'm crying. But I went to school. And that particular day, I don't know why it was that day. I don't know what that was about. That particular day was when Nana took to me. And she had known me before. I had been in one of her math classes before, right? You know? But that was the day. Everything changed. That was the day she said, go sit in my class. And she said, she had me sit in the back of her room. And she didn't say anything bad to me. She told the other kids if they said anything to me, they'll get a 0. And it was cool because a 0 in high school is a big deal. You don't want a 0 in your math class because it impacts your grades. So it was her version of protecting me, and I felt it. You know, I felt the love. I felt the protection of it. Because they were saying bad things. You know how, they were talking shit. They were, we called it teasing back in the day, right? And so, and she said, are you hungry? And I was. But I didn't say it, just kind of nodded my head because I didn't want to get in trouble. And I didn't want her to call social service. I didn't want none of that. I didn't want to have to go through all that. So I just, I was cool with it. And she didn't even care. She put me in her car. And I still smelled bad. But she didn't shame me. You know what I'm saying? She didn't say nothing about it. And she took me to McDonald's. And she got me a Filet-O-Fish, some fries, and a Sprite, And we ate in the car. I didn't say anything. I just ate. And then she asked me where did I live, and I couldn't tell her because I didn't want to get in trouble. So I didn't say anything. I didn't want to get mom in trouble. I didn't want to get in trouble. I just didn't want, I just couldn't. And, I had already learned how not to say shit by then, you know? And so, and she was very kind because she didn't press. If you press me the way I'm wired, if you press me, either I escalate, you know, or I leave. Those are my two modes. If you press me, I will leave or I will escalate. And she was wise enough and discerning enough to not press. And so what she did was she changed the question. And she said, what part of town do you live in? And that helped me because I didn't have to tell her anything. I didn't have to say nothing. I could just talk about I could say Monument and Federal. You know what I'm saying? Because that was easier. Oh, thanks for the heart. Because that way I didn't disclose anything, but I did answer a question. And I knew where I was, I knew how to do that. And so she took me back to my spot, And then she said, come back to school tomorrow. I have something for you. And so I went back the next day. Of course, the tissue's gone, right? Fuck. I came back the next day. And this is how cool she was. She didn't say nothing. Because I think if she had said something, it would have embarrassed me. But I came back. And the chair I had been sitting in before, in the back of the room, in the back of her math classroom, there was a bag. And so I went to that, and she said, go sit in the back. And so I sat in the back. She's bossy as fuck. So I went and sat in the back, and there was a bag. And in the bag, she had put toothbrush and toothpaste and underwear in the bag. There was a hairbrush, this comb, stuff. She had put a lot of stuff in there, right? And I didn't say anything. I just looked at the bag and, I didn't say anything. I just took the bag. And then she asked me at the end of the class, I didn't go to my classes. I just sat in her class the whole day. And at the end of the day, she said, are you hungry? And I said, yeah. She took me to get food. Filet of fish, fries and Sprite. And to this day, that's still like comfort food for me. You know what I'm saying? And but I had the bag and I went, if you know anything about street culture, and some people do, some people don't. I went to the Greyhound bus station, went to the bathroom, handled something, got that together, changed stuff, And that's how I got up. So every day I would come to school and there'll be something on my chair. And that's how I got up. And she started bringing me clothes. She talked to the other teachers and had them sign some paperwork to get me declared as an independent so I can get food stamps from the government, so I could have some kind of money stuff, something like that. She eventually let me sleep on her floor, sleep on her couch. She got me my bed, Her sister gave a couch that had a fold-out bed on it, She paid for me to go to a college fair. She helped me fill out the paperwork. She sent me back to the other classes. And once I started, I made her cry. I did the bad things and all that, but over time, I figured making good grades was better than being outside. So I got good at making grades, I got good at school. And so I didn't want to go to school, that wasn't the point. But I didn't want to be out there too, So, but it came from the prayer, God, please help me. And what got manifested was help. Do you know what I'm saying? But it came from a deep, desolate, I won't say desperate, because it wasn't urgent. It was more like surrender. It was more like, I can't. I don't have, if something doesn't change, if something doesn't give, I'm going to have to do something else. And so, and that has always been my life. It's always been the prayers I prayed, It's always been the prayers. And then something arises that I could never ask for, Something gives that I could never have seen coming. And that's what I call manifesting, because it's not law of attraction. It's a surrendering. I surrender all kind of thing, It's something like that. It's that kind of feel. So, I know that, and thanks for sitting with me. So my whole life has been that way. My whole life has been that way. I'm hopeful. I'm okay. I'm just reckoning with how everything is gone. Everything that I counted on, that I knew for certain was real, is gone. Oh, thanks for saying that. I don't think I look beautiful. My eyes are red. And I'm tired of crying, but that's okay. It's not bad. Gracious rising goddess. Oh, that's pretty. Gracious risings. That's pretty. Thank you, inspiring goddess. And so my whole life has been this way. When I say I'm God guided, that's what I mean. It's a prayer, And well, maybe the better question to ask is, what's the prayer to pray? Your freedom speaks from the heavens. Thank you, Tiffany. What's up? What's that? Thank you, friend. I appreciate you. So my funnel's broken. I can't tour. Your story is your struggle is so impactful. You have a gift that gives hope and sheds light. Thank you for that, Allison. I would say Allison, Madison, Alana. Thank you. No, it is. So but it's not. You can't make that happen. You can't make manifesting happen. But the question is, I'm like, God, what do you want from me? God, what do you want? That's the question I'm asking, and so I am asking the question because that's the one that's arising. You cannot make manifesting happen. You see what I'm saying? I'll let me check up on it, okay? Thank you for the hearts. You can't make manifesting happen, not the way I do it. It is, you can't manipulate God. You can't manipulate spirit. Please tell me the prayer again. Oh, the prayer that I did back in the day, or the prayer I'm doing right this moment, or the prayer that imploded my life. Because they're all three different ones, and they all have three different energetics on them. They do something different. So I don't know which one you're asking for, B. But the one I did when I was on the streets was, God, please help me. The one that imploded my life was, God, please get whatever's in the way out of the way, so I can fulfill my destiny. And then everything went to hell in a handbasket. Okay, yeah, that one. That prayer was, God, please, get whatever's in the way. I don't know if I say get or take. I can't remember. It sounds like I would say take, give. God, get whatever's in the way out of the way, so I can fulfill my destiny. That was the prayer, and that's when everything went bonkers. Right? That was the prayer for that. What I've been saying in this season is, God, what the fuck? What the fuck? That's been what I said. And I also been saying, God, what do you want from me? What do you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're going to answer prayer. Thank you for that, aspiring God. It's not. So that's been what I've been saying. And maybe I'm just looking at, okay. But I do really mean that. I really don't. God, what the fuck you doing? What's that about? But it is a real question. God, what do you want from me? What do you want me to do? Because it's, if God has taken every fucking thing from me, from my marriage to my health, then God, what do you want? What do you want me to do? And it will arise. I don't have to. It's not. I don't think I'm going to know it in a moment, because it doesn't work like that with me and God. It's just. It's just the whole getting to the place of surrender. Like okay, God, that it reveals itself, and it reveals itself in ways that I don't expect, right? So it's not, I can't make manifesting happen. I can't stronghold it. I have to allow it to arise. I can't force the outcome. You see what I'm saying? And that's my entire life. Nothing I've done has been forced. Thank you. You're doing, oh, thank you. You're doing it. What am I doing, B? Thank you for that. Thank you for the hearts, Tiffany. So everything is always spirit with me. It's never flesh. It's always spirit. It's always, me and God. That's how we roll. And I'm not. I want you to be clear. I'm not afraid. I'm not worried. I'm annoyed, but I'm not desperate. So don't worry about that part. That's not it. It's just, I don't know what God wants from me right now. And I'm confident it will reveal itself when it does, and not a moment before. So I'll listen for the nudges. I'll look for the God winks. Right now, what I can hear, I need to go back and read this book I was reading. I'm going to go back and finish reading it. It's called, what is it called? Let me go look at it. I think I'm going to spend the morning reading, because it may help me see something. So the way my life works is, making a difference. Okay, hold on. Let me do this, and then I'll read that. God is leading you through this uncharted journey. That is very real. But there's just 2 books I was reading that I stopped reading when Nana left, because it wasn't as much fun as when Nana's not here. But this book called, how about that? The book I'm gonna read this morning is called The Surrender Experiment. And whatever rise, love that. So I'm gonna do these 2 books this morning. I'm gonna read them and see. Then I'll probably go back to Isaiah and see if there's anything I'm supposed to see there. And just see what God wants me, and then see what happens. So there you go. So that's all. Thanks for sitting with me. I appreciate you. I love you. Thanks for bearing witness and holding space. I appreciate. I'm gonna do my devotion. I'm gonna go ahead and read and talk to God, see what happens, and just breathe through it. And Where's my, oh, here it is. I'm gonna put my earbuds out. Sending you a big hug. And don't thank you for that. I appreciate it. I love you, sis. Yeah, books. Me and God have always done things through books and people and hunches and, just stuff that I know is God guided. So Spirit is good with me. So we'll get it sorted. But I want to tell you, thank you for being great. Thank you for being loyal to me. Casa look at Casa for Children. Casa, look at Casa for Children. Why would I do that? What is Casa for Children? I don't understand. I don't think I'm supposed to do things with kids. I don't think that's my calling. I don't think that's what God will want for me. Because I don't have patience with kids. I don't have patience with adults. But tell me what that means, B. I don't know what that means. Anyway, you can post it. I'm going to go ahead and start because I feel compelled to do the readings. And I'm going to go start reading them because that's what's present tense. And maybe that's what Spirit wants me to do, to listen in. There's a book called Spiritual Astrology by James Spiller and Karen McCoy. It reminds you of your purpose according to the ellipsis prior to your birth. That's deep. Court-appointed special advocate for children. Okay, what is that? Okay. I don't know what you, babe, make it plain. B, I don't know what you're asking me. Are you asking me court-appointed special advocate for children? I'm not an advocate for kids. It would hurt me too much. There's some things I can't do. You don't want to have someone like me who came up off the streets go back to the streets. I'm going to be fucked up, all right? And given how much stuff went down with me as a kid, I would not want to be with a kid that's gone through some shit because I would be fucked up. That is not my thing. And people a lot of say that to me, like, oh, you should go adopt a kid who's gone through. Do you understand what you're asking of me to do that? Do you understand that you're like, you're not, you got it. Okay, you see what I'm saying? It's like being an alcoholic. I don't go to fuck into bars. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna drive me crazy. So I don't do that. But I love you for looking out for me. But it has to work for me. It can't trigger me. You know what I'm saying? And I have had enough stuff happen that I can't be with another baby who's in pain. I won't make it. I won't survive it. You know what I'm saying? So, but I love you for looking out for me. I get that. But this is between me and God, So I'm gonna get in a fight with God. Anyway, I love you. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for being my tribe. And thank you for sending me love. Enjoy your day. Goodbye for now.